Almost Valentine's Day. Um, I don't know what I feel about Valentine's Day, to be honest. I feel like, there's like a lot of people that just feed into holidays, and there's that whole cliche, anti cliche movement of being like against holidays, but I find that to even be more cliche, and I really try to stay away from anything cliche, which is cliche as well. But I just we all have different triggering days for us, okay? For me, Valentine's Day isn't the most triggering, but there can be a lot of things that could be very triggering to those of you who are dealing with people who are in if you're in separation with someone and they're in a relationship, and obviously it could be triggering. So anyways, I wanted to do a twin flame check-in for Valentine's Day, and I have like a whole altar of things in another location that's currently in storage. So I will start kind of doing readings more with my cards and my altar supplies, but that's kind of on hold right now. So, anyways, I don't know why I felt the need to bring that up, but so I'm gonna just do a twin flame check-in for those of you who are in separation with Valentine's Day coming up, because I know it can be very triggering. And I'm not saying it's not triggering for me at all, and I don't even know why I feel the need to share this, but I just think, when you've started to ascend, I guess, it's like it's just another 3D concept that you have to surpass to this spiritual level, and but I think holidays, events, anything that you could potentially see something on social media, or um now watch, I say it's not triggering and then I end up seeing something. I'm not I just don't feel like an overwhelming charge for some time reason this year around Valentine's Day, but I think it can be very charging. So anyways, all right, so I'm gonna do a twin flame check-in here. I'm gonna start off seeing where the masculine is in his headspace right now, okay? So just in his headspace, I'm gonna pull two tarot and two oracle cards here, okay? So I'm going to, I can't find my deck that I want to use. Oh, it's right here, okay. So two tarot and two oracle right now for where the masculine, if you're in separation, or maybe you're not, but a lot of you are, so is in his headspace, okay? All right. Received and Five of Swords. I don't think his headspace is that great right now, actually, to be honest. He could have received some news that's. This is an interesting Five of Swords. It's usually, kind of like a bunch of people and like a battle and feeling defeated and having this like underhanded attitude. But this is more a masculine that's single there and racking his brain or stressed out. So he could have received a message. He could have received even like a download. Who knows? Something came to him that is like causing him a lot of stress here. All right. And he can't seem to make peace around it. It could have been something that happened with you guys. It could be a memory that just keeps playing over and over again in his head, right? But if you're wondering if you're sending him energy about something that's upsetting you, he is receiving it on a 5D level, okay? So let's see here. Deception and Ace of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Masculine's kind of in a weird space right now, okay? So I feel there could have been a missed opportunity in his life due to some deception here, or being kind of like in the dark about something, thinking that something was going to start, thinking that maybe he was going to be able to get something like going, and there's kind of like a drawback with that, and I feel like it could be due to some lies from the past or something like that, okay? So let me just pull one more card. I want to get clarity about that. Oh wow. Unawakened. Okay, so I feel like he's kind of stressed out. I feel like this masculine is avoiding like awareness, and that is coming to bite him in the ass. Okay, so I feel like he has these potentials to really like open his mind and to really go beyond his normal thinking, but he just refuses to. And this inflexibility is causing him actually more problems in his life. It's inflexibility, it's fear, it's resistance, okay? And it's also like pain that he doesn't want to face, I feel like, from his childhood. So it's like you might have said things to him. Five of Swords is a lot about verbal battles. You might have said things to him that if he were to really look at it, he um, he would have to look at himself, and he would have to face very painful things, maybe about things he's done, things that have happened to him too, and we have bound. So I feel though that he uses these addictions, these codependencies, these toxic energetic ties in his life as coping mechanisms because he doesn't want to awaken. And by continuously engaging in these things, he could distract, you know. I was talking with a friend the other day about just like if, you know, addicts could have this awareness of what they're trying to avoid every time they pick up whatever substance it is, whether it's alcohol, cigarettes, food, sex, whatever. If they could just, she's like, if they could just have this awareness right before they do it. But I don't think that the awareness is everything. I think it's also not wanting to feel certain feelings. And you can know that why you're picking up these substances every time. But if you don't want to face the feelings and you don't want to face yourself, then it doesn't matter any awareness that you have, okay? So let's see what the mask is. Some songs remind me of you. Okay, so you guys could have shared. I couldn't let you get close to me. This masculine has major like intimacy issues, but I think it's like this constant avoidance of themselves. Okay, I'm gonna just pull escape his. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So I feel like the masculine in his headspace right now just does not want to face his issues. But you guys, you know, I've been surrounded by addicts a lot in my life, and you know, we all have addictions of some sort. But if you don't want to face things and you keep escaping, everyone thinks it's like this la-di-da world that you get to live in this illusion. But um, with addiction, you know, it ends up in either incarceration or death, literally, physically, physical death, or hurting someone, you know, or doing something that you can ever take back. All right. So it's not cute, this game of avoiding things, of addiction, of some people can go their whole life unscathed by the choices they make with their addictions. And some addictions, you know, everyone has an addiction, I think. But I'm getting kind of weird in this reading. A lot has been going on in my personal life. But shopping is an addiction, okay? Like people can have a shopping addiction. I feel like every addiction has drawbacks, but there's some, obviously, like drinking and driving, like getting behind the wheel, that are deadly to yourself and to others, okay? And this escapist thing is cute until it's not, all right? So everyone thinks, oh, I'm just like a little addict, but it's like, no, it's actually really, it can be really detrimental. And even if it's not doing anything like reckless like that, it could be just physically hurting yourself. You know, if you have a health problem and you keep taking um, substances. So I don't know, I'm getting on a tangent, but when I see this, I think about addiction. I also feel like this is like the devil tarot. So it could be Capricorn that you're dealing with. All right, it's kind of heavy the way I'm starting this reading, but I just kind of want to be real. I mean, I do a lot of these love readings, and um, I think they're really important because I always try to focus on like spirituality and stuff. I have my master's in social work. I actually was a therapist, and I am clinically trained to deal with like very clinical situations and like diagnoses. I don't really like to bring that into this part of my life because that was a different life that I had and I chose to leave it. And I do feel like that is important. I really am getting on a tangent now and I'm sorry. But I, you know, at the end of the day, like I do try to incorporate that into my readings because I, it just comes naturally to kind of reflect back on situations and things that I've experienced. But a lot of this stuff is like It is very psychologically based, okay? So I don't know why I felt the need to share that. I kind of like downplay these parts of me a lot of times, and I feel like for my own personal growth, I need to start owning who I am and my background and where I've come from. So anyways, sorry guys, I'm in a weird energy, but and I should really stop saying sorry because I don't really need to. But let's get this continue, okay? So this is kind of a different reading for me, all right? So heart space, where is the masculine in his heart space right now? He's definitely torn up in his head, okay? The World, High Priestess, and Five of Wands reversed, all right? So the masculine definitely wants to put an end to these battles that he's been having maybe internally. He's ready to complete something. This could be finalizing a relationship, moving forward, you know? I know you guys maybe don't want to hear that, but the world is about completion, whatever that is, whatever cycle it's in that he's in, he wants to complete it. It could be with you, it could be with his current partner, it could be ending it, it could be bringing it to the next level, okay? But what's interesting is I was feeling like, you know, this masculine's really avoidant in his mind, but he's not avoidant in his heart, all right? So with the High Priestess in his heart, he actually knows, I'm saying he, and, you know, it could be a woman too. It's just easier to do that way. It could be that mentally he's avoiding things, but his heart and his soul knows what he wants with this High Priestess. He's also being kind of like, I feel like he's in a very solo energy right now. He's not sharing things with people. He's kind of going inward, although he's unawakened. So it's really interesting because I feel like within this masculine that's trying to avoid things, he's actually quite aware, but that's what he's trying to avoid. It's like very painful, the things that he would have to face, okay? So a lot of times we're frustrated with people because we feel like we just want to make them see, like, why can't they see? And you know what? Sometimes they don't, and that's why they're unawakened, but sometimes they do, but they just don't want to see it, okay? And now we've got Pisces in Mercury retrograde, which is a lot about Pisces know, you know, this is the Pisces card. They freaking know. And actually, this is the second Capricorn card here. They know, but they're also escapists because it's so painful. They're actually really like so sensitive, and it's so soul crushing, these imperfections. I feel like Pisces are very perfectionistic and idealistic, and if they're seeing things that are not ideal, they don't want to look at it, okay? So I think that they know, but I think that they don't want to know. They, in their soul, they know, and that's painful. So their mind is trying to block it out, okay? So, and this could be your connection. This could be things about themselves. I feel a special bond with you I've never felt before. I feel this bond reflects back to them things about themselves that they don't want to face. I don't think I could take your reaction right now, and I know it might be too late by the time I figure things out. Okay, so they know that time is ticking, and they also know that that there's things that they need to say to you that, you know, could end up in more battles for some reason. Truths that maybe they haven't revealed. They also just are so affected by your energy because they feel a special bond with you they've never felt before. That your reactions to things really, really impact them energetically, okay? So I think that they kind of avoid, there's like a lot of avoidance here because then it's like it would make it too real, all right? I hide behind material things. They hide behind a lot of things, this person that I'm bringing in here, okay? They hide behind things that they don't have to face their inadequacies. These are maybe things they feel they have more control over, okay? Uncomfortable. There's like a lot, there's two energies already about uncomfortable and warning, okay? There might be some conversations that would make both people uncomfortable, right? And they're uncomfortable facing themselves. I feel like every time they go to face themselves, and maybe facing you is facing themselves if you're in a twin flame journey, it's like this warning, like don't go there, because it could be a lot of trauma, okay? It could be a lot of things that they can't really go into with their childhood, all right? Nostalgia. Yeah, something from the past that's very painful, right? I also feel like they're very nostalgic right now about this connection, okay? All right. So I'm going to get into where the feminine's at right now, okay? Okay, feminine. What's going on with the feminine right now? Where is she at in her headspace? Two of Swords reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. And Earth King. Okay. It's got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy here. She could be dealing with a masculine that is an earth sign or someone that's very focused on their material things, like I just said. I feel like she's lost some confidence. She's lost her ability to even see clear, to even be like, I feel like trying to make decisions right now, okay? She doesn't know how to move forward. She feels very like almost dependent. I feel that this masculine is bringing up a lot of issues about her childhood as well, because you guys are mirroring. I feel like it could have been like a father figure that she's just really triggered right now by. She feels immobilized, I feel like, and she feels like the thing she needs for stability is not there, and because of that, she doesn't know how to build her life, okay? So I'm gonna pull. I think she wants like her ultimate counterpart that she can rely on, and I still remember the good times we shared. So both people are nostalgic right now. Would you give me the chance to make things right between us? I feel like this has multiple meanings. For one, I feel like she's hoping that this is what her masculine would come forward and say. I also feel like she's reflecting on her own things that made things wrong. And I feel like I keep saying she, it could be a he too. You guys know I'm just doing that because it's easier that way. The feminine is realizing qualities about herself as well. And she's realizing that as much as she focused on the things, every time you focus on what is wrong with someone else, it's a deflection from your own. So she's finding that in the past, she might have really been pointing out the areas that the masculine was coming up short, but that was her own deflection from her own self and her own feelings of inadequacies and her own ways of really like, it's even like a form of not having self-love, deflecting away from looking at yourself. It's an abandonment of self, okay? So I feel like she's starting to realize that she needs to also make things right with herself, and that would pride and ego, okay? So she might have had pride and ego, the feminine, or it could also be that she's hoping that the masculine will let go of his pride and ego as well. Spring could be a significant season in this connection, all right? And we've got karmic lessons. I feel like both people are learning karmic lessons here, okay? I think she's very nostalgic, like the masculine. She also like looks back at those good times and she thinks, how did we get here? How did we go from like, you know, amazing, blissful times to this? And you know why? It's because there were these lessons. If you didn't have those good times, you wouldn't have been drawn into this connection. It wouldn't have meant so much, and it wouldn't have impacted you in such a way, okay? So what are some of the shadows that she has here? Void, okay? So she feels an emptiness, and I feel like that's like unlovable, all right? I feel like this is so interesting, especially because it's Valentine's Day, and this could be bringing up this void that maybe she's always had. But you know, a lot of people on this journey talk about, well, you have to heal childhood wounds, and you know, I don't believe that healing is like something you do and then you're done, and I don't think that there's a set course of healing that everyone should take. I feel like healing looks different and feels different and plays out differently for everyone, all right? It's not about like getting rid of these things. It is about like acknowledging it, trying not to act so much out of those places, even though you may have it and it may never heal, okay? But maybe just being aware and being like conscious of it. But I feel like a lot of her actions with her masculine had to do with coming from this place of unlovability, and then the masculine reflected that back to her, right? And it created more of a void that was like already there that she was operating out of. And so the feminine could feel like she just can't seem to get her feet on the ground, and she wants that stability, but these experiences made it even bigger, this void, and she just doesn't know how to move forward here. Okay, so I'm going to go into her heart space and see. Where's the feminine's heart at? Six of Swords, healing. Okay, she wants to heal. I really am kind of getting sick of this word healing, to be honest. It's not about even like healing. It's like she wants to. So it's not that she wants to like heal, or like, I think she wants to feel better, and I feel like she wants some resolution, and I feel like she wants to move forward. Like she feels very stagnant, like I said, with that Queen of Wands reverse. Like she just doesn't know how to transmute all the pain and all the situation into something. I think she's produced like a lot out of this situation, but I feel like she doesn't feel like there's resolution. All right, I feel like that Six of Swords here is about resolving something within her, and I feel like she's been knocking her head against the wall, and it's like this is her heart space. So she may be working towards something, but I feel like she's just feeling very stuck. Okay, Five of Cups. Stuck in this grief, stuck in this pain, stuck in this heartache, stuck in this inner child, place. Nine of Wands reversed. I do feel like she wants to let her guard down. She wants to be authentic with herself and be authentic with her masculine and the world and show up exactly how she is. But I feel like there's these things like keeping her bound as well. Like the masculine got bound, but I feel like she's also bound to this sadness or this rejection or this sense of not feeling good enough, not feeling lovable, this void that she has. Okay, so let's get some messages from her heart here. Finding out the truth crushed me. That's exactly what it is. It's like finding out the truth about what the masculine was doing. We had deception, but also finding out the truth about like these wounds that she had that were so deep that led her to take these actions, that led her to have to deal with such a painful event that she somehow energetically drew in. Finding out the truth about how much more work I have to work on myself freaking crushed me, and I don't know if I can move forward beyond this. Okay, I want to tell you how I feel. That's what I was saying. She wants to be authentic. She wants to be able to share her heart with you. She wants you to honor who she is, not like how she's been operating out of the wounds, but what are the wounds behind why she's been operating. And I feel like the masculine, if she were to show up authentically like that, he would have to, and he's escaping. I wish I could share my good news with you. It's not just about the bad stuff. It's about the pure stuff, the sun stuff, the happy things, the things that make her who she is, the places where she's intact. She also wants to be able to share that with the masculine, right? So I'm gonna actually pull one oracle card from this Elqui to just bring some light to this, because I feel like it's been kind of heavy. This other place she really feels like she is and who she is in her heart here. Okay, she who prepares, formulate, strategize, devise. She who waits, patient, waiting, determination. This is so interesting because I had that Queen of Wands reverse. I feel like she's not sure if she should make moves or if she should wait. Should she just sit here and continue working on herself and honor this connection as her motivation to keep doing this? Or does she actually just start moving on with her life and say, you know what? Healing is an ongoing life journey. Am I going to just sit here and wait and continue to work on myself and be alone? Because she still, wants partnership. I feel like it's not just about sitting and working on your wounds and being in isolation. Human beings are social beings, and when you have love in your heart, you want someone to give it to. So it's not just about this solo journey. Do I wait or do I keep going? Okay. So Wow. That's where she's at in her heart space. All right. So I'm going to pull some cards about the future of this connection. Like, is the masculine, are they going to come together? Are they going to be separated? What's going to be the energies? Are they going to figure out their stuff, you know? Are they going to just keep healing and being solo? So what's the energy here? Spirit of the crystal ball, looking into the future. Future predictions, divination. Spirit of the cat, fanciful, curious, and independent. Spirit of the tower, surprises, shifts, and big changes. Wow. Okay. The cat is like very mystical too. So it's kind of like that mystery of like, what is going to happen in the future? We've got the cat and the crystal ball. It's very much like a mystery right now. There's also this kind of journey of continuing to be independent. Cats are very independent. Okay. Continuing to go along your own journey, focusing on yourself. But then we've got the tower. So I feel like there could be unexpected things that happen to both of them along the way, okay? I'm going to pull some tarot for this and see. What is this tower situation about? Or what other future energies do we got here? Five of Swords, again. It's like that solo, selfish energy. Three of Pentacles, King of Wands, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. But that could be the masculine taking action. And Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. 10 of Wands, an ending. Knight of Swords reversed. I'm not seeing much love energy here, but I am seeing major events, major pivotal events. I'm also seeing a lot of solo then together, not like together love-wise, but like collaborative, okay? I feel like there could be things with the tower of maybe the masculine is very focused on his material world, things that are happening with the people around him that he's working with that could end up like continuously. These lessons are not going to be resolved until people face their shadows, okay? So I feel like, you know, if he continues, both parties, if they continue to not face themselves and act in this very solo energy, there's still going to be problems with people that they're collaborating with. And there could be a very heavy situation that things like kind of all come down on them. I do feel like there's going to be major pivotal events here still, okay? Got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. Completion. This is the second completion card we got because we had the World here before. So I do feel like there will be a completion of some sort. Rocket, voyage. There will be movement. And there is still going to be protection. As long as I feel like this masculine doesn't have his crap figured out, the feminine is going to be protected from his energy. Unfortunately, that might not be what you guys want to hear, but this person might not be in a place where they can energetically in a positive way contribute to you. I do think that taking a trip or, you know, a move or something where someone like moves very fast in a certain direction, I think, because the feminine seems very stagnant, and I feel like in order for her to complete this, there's going to be having to be some movement here, okay? I'm going to just get the feminine's overall future energy here, right? I hope that you can forgive me one day. I feel you even though we are apart. So I do feel like the masculine is going to continue to be energetically connected to this feminine and be, at least if he doesn't come forward in the physical, asking for her forgiveness through the 5D realm, okay? I'm gonna pull some tarot for this. We've got Totem of Stones, which is Knight of Pentacles reversed. There's so much about knights and like moving, and so this could be, and it's the snake, the crawlers. This could actually be her quickly I feel like she's going to be stagnant, and then she may quickly move forward at some point, okay? Lovers, this is the first love card, but we've got it reversed. Gemini energy, ecstasy, and Dancer, the World, again here reversed. There's a lot of back and forth energy with this connection, okay? I feel like as long as she, you know, focuses on getting back with this person, with your masculine, as long as you guys focus on that, there's going to be some stagnation. I think the best way to, you know, for the masculine to come forward is for her to make some major moves away from this, okay? Manipulation and judgmental. The more you try to manipulate things, the worse the reaction is going to be from your masculine, okay? So I feel like you do need to continue focusing on yourself and making some moves for yourself, but you know that there's nothing you can do to break this energetic tie, okay? The final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one last card. It's going to be from this mystical shaman oracle for the overall energy of this connection. What's the best possible outcome that could happen from the place it's at right now, okay? So just where the dynamic is at right now, what is the ideal energy we could get from it, okay? From the feminine and masculine. And this is just today, guys. This could all change in a week. So I'll try to do more twin flame readings. And I'm sorry if it was a little heavy, but it's just where it's at right now, okay? The mystical shaman, number 38. I've pulled this before, but I don't remember it, and I like to read from this book, okay? So number 76. This is the symbol of the myth maker and the storyteller who is neither made or defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but to not be defined by it or become too attached to this experience. This is the symbol of true alchemy, for all elements of life have spiritual aspects and a material one. When we remember this all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What would you become? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stop telling the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there's no need to explain you to anyone, not even yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. You guys, this is so weird because I pulled the world. What was it? It was like, anyways, like the dancer, I don't know, something that related to that. But this is about a detaching from, first off, the story you keep telling about yourself about this situation, the story about yourself that you keep identifying. But something that was coming up when I was reading this also was something I was thinking of. Every time there's a trigger or something painful and it brings you back to a familiar feeling, there is your chance to, before you even let it take you there, to observe something and you observe the trigger, but you stop it before you bring it to that pain body. I've been reading The Power of Now a lot lately, but you can observe something that would normally bring you pain, but interject before it becomes a painful thing, and start attaching a different story to these things that you're observing, and just noticing, okay, I'm noticing a trigger right now, but I don't have to keep replaying the same story over and over again. It's just a story that I've believed, that I've convinced myself of, and that my pain body has convinced myself of, but at any point you can rewire your brain and you can tell a different story. And I just think this is really cool because it's a lot about detaching. Now, the only way to manifest a different story with your masculine is to stop telling the same story over and over again. And that could be the stories from your childhood. I pulled that void and unlovable. Stop, replaying that same record all the time and allow there to be a new record, okay? So hopefully you guys got a lot out of this reading. I know it was kind of heavy and it was a little bit different than some of my other readings, but I appreciate you guys if you watched all the way through. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share my channel. It really helps me to get out there and continue helping you guys and energetically sharing with you. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. Bye.